Operation Phakisa is one of the mechanisms for implementing the NDP. It's a fast results delivery program which was launched in 2014. Phakisa means hurry up in Sesotho. It involves setting clear plans and targets, monitoring of progress, and making results public. It was originally developed and successfully implemented by the government of Malaysia. Right, so that is a cross-sector program where various stakeholders engage to implement initiatives and concrete actions to address constraints to delivery in a prioritized focused area for public accountability and transparency. And I think that calls on all of us to participate. I'm not sure how easy or difficult that is. Looks to improve cooperation between government, organized business, civil society, and organized labor. Now, the NSTF, as I was saying, is also has also been formed many years ago, 22 years ago, to improve collaboration across the various sectors of society, government, business, civil society, labor. And what is missing there, of course, is the research institutions and universities. Right, and then there was a summit this year on the 21st of June 2017, which indicates that the NDP is alive and well and that it's still being referred to and discussed. And that is very heartening. Right, COSATU, besides what I highlighted, it said that the NDP didn't address the real unemployment problem. The HSRC also published an article called Navigating the Government's Development Path, and the authors note that COSATU said the NDP did not address the real problems around unemployment because it was silent on industrialization. It said that for the government to generate decent jobs, it had to revamp the manufacturing sector, which would generate the right mix of decent jobs in the economy and complement the services sector. Instead of industrialization, the NDP puts more emphasis on small and medium-scale enterprises in the services sector as the main drivers of future economic growth, perpetuating the tradition of unskilled, low-wage labor in the country. What the NDP says is that most of the jobs created are by small businesses. And so if you look at our economy, you look at other economies, that is in reality what happens. So that's a de facto, the situation. And so for that reason, it stresses an environment in which SMMEs can thrive, and it sees that as the solution. Now, I don't think we're there yet. I think it's still very difficult for SMMEs to actually set themselves up and be successful. Most SMMEs fail within the first year. And COSATU's got a point that you also need industrialization of the economy. We really can't get around that. Right, then there is delivery and human capacity. And we know that all over our society, there is a huge challenge in that regard. On all tiers of government, provinces, municipalities, local government, even national government, although I think the national government is actually the best capacitated. But yes, all these problems are recognized in this key policy document. SACP and NUMSA's concerns, that's the Communist Party and the National Union of Metal. NUM is it mine workers, NUMSA? Metal workers. I thought so, yeah, because NUM is the mine workers. In a Mail and Guardian article, it is noted that the SACP has criticized the NDP as a social pact that imposes no legal obligations on government or on business and labour to implement it. Implementation of the NDP was discussed at the ANC's policy conference in July this year. Minister in the Presidency, Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation, Jeff Radebe, is recommending a legal framework to ensure that the NDP is implemented. The article also notes that the Metal Workers Union, there it is, described the plan as a liberal version of the government's former GEAR strategy. I just want to acknowledge at this point that Ms. Debbie Schultz wrote and compiled these reports, these unpackings.